Well, it's getting pretty dark on me here, but this is a short clip of working with Fez during his second ride. I swap out his halter for a Hackamore setup, and it was the first time he'd ever been in that. And we're actually out in my pasture, but right next to Riggs and Sonny here. So on his first ride, I was just on him bareback in my round pen because he was still small enough at that point that it was tough to get my saddle cinched up enough that it wouldn't roll on him. So I ended up just riding him bareback. But that was 4 months ago. So I decided to play around with him again. And now he's grown enough that my saddle is solid on him. Now, I don't ask very much of my 2-year-olds. I want to be able to saddle them up, get on, move out at a walk, trot, and lope in both directions, have some semblance of feel, be able to stop and back up, disengage their hinds, step their fronts, maybe side pass a little. And I need to be able to ride them outside maybe once. And after that, they get to typically run out on pasture or at least have the summer off. And then I really start picking up and riding them when they're 3. So I'm just looking to see what the horse is. So I step on him here, and the first thing I look for is being able to bend his head around and disengage him in both directions and have some kind of softness in the Hackamore. And this is the first time he'd ever been in the Hackamore, so that was a pretty new thing for him. He's pretty good right there. You can see him lick and chew. And then I ask him for forward steps, but I have his head tipped a little bit, so if he did want to do anything, I'd have a hold of him. And I do a lot of petting on him. I just want him to walk out a little bit. So I run out of battery in my drone here, and we end up running out of light too. But we ended up going into the round pen and working on trotting and loping out. And Fez was pretty sticky. He didn't really want to travel out very much. And he would offer to kick out when I'd go to hurry him with my rope. So I'd correct him by disengaging quickly, and then we'd go back out on the circle and look for it some more. And he ended up being able to trot out pretty nicely in either direction and found just a few strides of a lope in either direction, and that's where I quit him. But all in all, it was a pretty good session for him. His first time moving out under saddle. Unfortunately, it did get too dark on me and I didn't get the whole thing recorded, but it was a pretty positive session for Fez. Thank you for watching.